Hello, accounting students. Here we are in the final few days of the course. Thought I'd shoot a quick wrap-up video just to hit home some points as we enter into the final few days of the class. I'm shooting this on Thursday morning, so I know a few of you, or actually most of you, still need to check in and submit your final assignments. But just some parting information before we say adieu to the accounting course for this summer. All right, well let's jump in to see what we're doing. Module 7. We talked about it last week. Pretty standard fare. You've got your design your own final. I would say probably a third of those are in. Fantastic job. Just answer the questions. Get full points. Can't get any easier than that. So we're getting a lot of 200 points on that final exam so far. Progress journal, some of you have finished that. Thank you so much for your feedback. It is greatly appreciated. It helps me change the course and, for the future students, get rid of some things kind of going forward. So one of the changes that students like, they actually liked those 2-paragraph essays versus the problems and questions and all that stuff. So that was kind of a change that was made over the past, I don't know, 18 months or so. But things change too. So I love that feedback that you guys give me in that progress journal. So thank you. We have a few of those have been submitted already. And we have our extra credit, the Mercy core values. So I believe that assignment you pick 2 and you write about it, how it would, the implications, with an accounting lens on those Mercy core values. Easy, relatively easy extra credit points if you feel you need them. Also remember, going back to extra credit, we had that assignment going back. Yeah, so in Module 6, we have that learning activity. I will accept that all the way through the end of the course. Okay, so if you want to do that all the way to the end of the course, that one's a little bit beefier, but you get more points for it. And that's 35 points for that. So there you go. So there's a substantial extra credit points there. I've been awarding extra credit points here or there for especially folks who went above and beyond on some of these assignments. I got some 5-6 page essays on some of these topics. Felt guilty just giving you the normal point total for that. I mean, there was just so much extra work involved when really I'm only looking for about 2 pages, more of a less deep dive in some of those areas. So some folks receive some extra credit on those here or there. But for the rest of you, maybe you're just following along, doing kind of the assignments as laid out. There's some additional extra credit for you on that. So let me talk a little bit, double check on Module 7. I think we're good with everything there. Let me just, a couple of things. So as of right now, Thursday morning, everything that's been sent in to me, because I finished up whatever was missing just a few moments ago, everything is graded. So you can go in there, check your totals, see if you need extra credit. I was texting with a student and I was like, can you tell me what the grade is on so-and-so? Because I want to know, should I even do the extra credit? So they said, okay, hold on. Let me go back in, make sure it's in there. Yep, so everything should be in there. You can make the judgment on whether you need the extra credit or not. If just general grading situations, I think we're kind of done with this. I do want to talk about Module 5, though, real quick. So Module 5, as I'm going through the grade book, there were quite a few of you who were missing things for that particular module. When I mean quite a few, I'm going to say 4. So I don't know, we got 20 some odd students, and there were 4 students, maybe 4 or 5, who were very consistent about giving stuff in. Nothing there. No quiz, no learning activity. Everybody else in fine. That's a little weird. So I suspect what it might have to do is how you approach the course. Some of you folks look at due dates that are pre-programmed in and you go that route. When I looked at Module 5, I did not have due dates plugged in for that. You look at the assignment, if you do the module and you kind of read yourself through the module, it says due on Sunday. But there was no due, of course, due Sunday at the end of the week. There was no due Sunday, June 20th. So if you were, I guess, not going into the modules and you're just looking at what's due and doing that, that strategy may have come to bite you just a little bit, because we still the modules are supposed to be opened and looked at. Um, so if you are one of those individuals, make sure you look at your grade book, okay? You're going to see a single point assigned for that, just as a, hey, get this in, get that learning activity in, get that quiz in. You do not want to miss, well, that's, 40 and 35 points. You don't want to miss that. Again, 90% of you, everybody got it in, great job, but the number of students who missed that is, usually maybe have one person who kind of checked out on a module, but I had like four check out on that module and not turn anything in. And I suspect it's because that did not have assigned, I guess, published due dates that you would see on your calendar. Though the dates, the requirement of when it was turned in was actually just written in the assignment. So that's kind of, I guess, a cover for me a little bit. Now you do have to go through the modules and read what's in there, kind of as you go. So get that in. If any of you have, and I'll just go back to that Module 5 situation, any of you that were in that Module 5 situation, and I believe it was Module 5, might have been 6. I don't want to pull up the grade book right now because you'll see everybody's grades. But any of the late work, I do accept late work. So a few of you have some stuff way back when, didn't get it turned in. Again, I accept late work up until Sunday at midnight. Okay, last day of the class. There's going to be a little haircut on points. Be fair to everybody else that turned it in on time. But if you got a 25 instead of a 35 on a learning activity, that's huge. I mean, you do not want to get a 0 in that category. As I said probably a zillion times this class, how A's become B's and B's become C's, it's missing assignments. So get those in Sunday at midnight. Late work. So we've covered late work. We've covered the anomaly going on with the, again, about 4 or 5 of you missing some stuff that normally I don't see in a course. So make sure you get that in. There'll be no late. For those of you that it didn't show up in your scheduled calendar of things that are due because it's pre-programmed, I will not take late points off for that. Okay, so no worries there. Let's see. I think that pretty much covers it. Yeah, so I think we're pretty much covered with everything going on in the course as of right now. So remember, the course ends this Sunday at midnight. Make sure you get everything that you need in by Sunday at midnight. I got to get grades in Monday morning. And Monday, actually, I'm sorry, Monday's a holiday. So we are technically off and closed. So I have till Tuesday morning. I don't have a, long story short, I don't have time to track people down if there's missing assignments. So make sure they're in there. I have a little grace period because I have Monday off as a day, but I really don't want to spend my vacation day hunting down folks if you have a missing case study or a missing final, which would be disastrous. You don't want to have a missing final because at that point you've pretty much locked yourself into a C grade for the class. So don't miss the final. Yeah, so just make sure everything is in by Sunday at midnight, guys, and then you'll be smooth sailing. You can enjoy, the second half of your summer and your next class. Now, for those of you who are going on into the finance class, we use the same wonderful textbook for what it is for the finance class in the second part of summer. So hold on to that wonderful textbook for another 7 weeks, and then you'll be done with it, and you can burn it or sell it or do whatever you want to do with it. So a little reminder for you folks there. I think if you are going on to finance, you're going to like that better. The accounting is a little boring, to be honest with you, and I've mentioned that as well. But we have to set the foundation, the language, if you will. So going forward into the finance class, that's where the fun is. That's where you make the big decisions, and I guess that's the exciting part. That's accountants would kill me, but it's where it's the accounting in action. It's the it's where I guess the rubber meets the road is with the finance class and how we make decisions for our organization. So not to be confused with personal finance. It's not a personal finance class. I have a few students who go, like, wait a minute, aren't we going to talk about 401ks? No, not really. We have a separate class for personal finance for healthcare professionals, but no, this is all corporate finance. So, but for those of you that are going on, looking very forward, great. You guys have been a fantastic group, absolutely fantastic group. One of the strongest groups I can remember. The work that you've done on those learning activities, phenomenal. Case studies were all very, very solid. It's been a pleasure having all of you in here this summer. Great, great, solid group. I know sometimes summer's hard to take classes. You got a lot of other competing interests. You want to go outside, spend some time outside. Family stuff, work. We all have work stuff as well. But wow, I was super impressed with the group this summer. So great job to all of you for doing that. So make sure to finish strong. We only got a few more days to go, get everything in, and you'll be very, very, very happy with with the work that you've done in this class. So, all right, guys, that's pretty much it for me. If you do have any issues, I was just going back and forth, about 15 minutes ago with a student. On a faulty quiz grade that I had in there for her, and we've got that fixed. So if you see anything weird showing up on there, feel free to text me. Not that particular student, but some of you, if you like on some of the quiz grades, especially on that one, I think it was module 5. Getting ready to close the video, but now I'm going to talk for a few more minutes. So that quiz, I believe module 5 quiz, where there's a lot of complicated math, accounting math. That one, there were a handful of students who ran out of time or just said, like, I give up. I don't know, and I shot that video because that quiz has historically always been the difficult quiz. I'll be pretty clear. That quiz has always been the difficult one. So I shot a video, last year or so to address, that particular quiz because that was always kind of the bump in the road that people would have a ton of questions about. So you had that kind of that lecture quiz where we just broke down each one of those 5 problems. Here's what I'm going to do for that quiz. If you want, I'm going to, after I'm shooting this video right now, I'm going to go in and put in 2 attempts on that quiz. If you wish to do a reattempt on that quiz, okay, again, I believe it was module 5, the one with all the math in there, go forth and do it. You've seen the video where I walk through the problems. So you should do, if you wish to take the second attempt on it, you should do pretty good. Just remember, show your work. Those of you that just put down a problem, put down an answer, if it's like, I don't know, gross margin is bloop. Okay, how'd you get there? Did you find it on the internet? How did you get to that answer? Make sure you write down, go through the steps. Show me how you got to the answer, so I feel good about giving you full points for that. So that will be done. I'll do that as soon as I'm done off this video. I'll put that quiz up for 2 attempts. So if you wish to take a second attempt, didn't like the grade on quiz 5, totally up to you. You can do that. All right, excellent. Well, that's pretty much it, guys. Again, a fantastic group. If anything comes up, you know how to get a hold of me in these last few closing days of the class. Everybody have a great weekend. We got our holiday weekend coming up with the 4th of July. Stay safe, have some fun out there. And everybody, it's been a great pleasure, in this class with you. So thank you very much.